enthusiastic. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jabbertov, you are you. I'm freezing, so I'm actually wearing a thingy, which these guys can't see, but I'm like wearing a giant woolly thing. But yeah, I'm here with two reclusive gamers. They're literally both labeled reclusive gamers. And one of them is Connor, and the other one is Sol. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Sol. Well,
no,
alright.
Connor, you're Connor. Start this again.
Well, no, I am anyway.
Yeah, okay. I'm Sol. I'm the only one who hasn't been on out of the three of us so far.
Has James been?
James hasn't been on.
I mean, the three of us here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm here every week, and I think Connor's been here every week so far, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we were meant to have Pod, but he ditched us at the last second. Shocking, he's never done this before. Gamers.
And turned into a cat.
Yeah, we replaced him with a cat because the cat it's better.
More faithful.
Yeah. And more entertaining. Just look at that cat.
And it's a magician, so
yeah. It's more magical.
Magic speech.
Yeah.
Into the yeah.
So wait, this podcast is a very special theme podcast, which I said I wanted to do because every single podcast that seems to come up anyway, and I tend to not shut up about it. And it is Mass Effect 3.
And true.
And 1, yeah, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, all of them, the whole saga. And yeah, so I can finally get it all out of my system without blabbing on about these series. Which I got really
Connor can complain.
Yeah, and Connor can complain.
I like true.
So let's just establish. I think so. Some of you guys, how much have you played of the Mass Effect series?
I've played the first two games twice over, and I did a full playthrough from 1 to midway through number 3.
Within 3 days.
Within 3 days.
It kind of sounds like I played it.
So, yeah, best way to play it.
Yeah.
I have started 1. I intended to get further, but I got bored. Because my old laptop was really shit, so it wouldn't run properly. So I was like at a crawl. It was awful. I played the second one twice, and I was forced to finish the third one for this.
It's a good game.
It is.
It's a good game.
I like it. It like.
Oh.
Okay, we'll just start. We'll start at the beginning. So you both played number 1.
I found the Garrus guy who's not actually Garrus. And I stopped playing because I got stuck in Citadel.
Well,
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I went in Citadel and I'm just like, I'm incredibly tired. I'm just going to go to Citadel. It's like find the council. Where the fuck are the council?
Oh yeah,
I don't know where they are.
That's all you got to.
No, I remember that in Mass Effect 1 going, like they tell you to go somewhere in the huge Citadel area. You're like, I don't know how to get here. And I
am
spent roughly like 2 hours that game just running around lost in the Citadel.
I haven't had the patience to go back.
Dear me.
But yeah, so Mass Effect 1, that's where it all began, and I think it's probably the worst one, just because it's slightly outdated now. I originally... Sorry, you go.
It's a bit glitchy as well. This is something I noticed on my last playthrough of it. There's the bit where I think the Rachni are inside the frozen base. You go inside, and the graphics just went kaput for me. Like, shockingly so.
Yeah, I think it crashed a couple of times on my end when I was playing it. And plus, I originally played it, I did a walkthrough sort of on it, on my own channel. I got to like part 24, which is about 5 hours in, and then I kind of just stopped, and for like the next year I never even touched the game, and then recently, earlier this year, I still sat down like, I'm going to play all of them, because I own all of them, yet only played part of 1. So, I went and played the rest of it, and I just picked up to where I was. So I kind of forgot a little bit of what I was doing, but luckily not enough. I think all I did was the intro stuff, the Citadel stuff, and I was like halfway through the Rachni bit, where you either release or save the Queen or something.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go for our decisions. Like, what did you do in Mass Effect 1? What was the big decision? What did you do?
Oh, I got the graphic novel on the PS3, so I can look at this. I just can't remember what said decisions are. I killed Caden.
You killed. I
know
kept
that.
Caden, which I regret kind of later on, but
Well,
I kept.
Ashley
Caden.
was a woman, so I thought I could have a relationship with her, and then I never bothered getting her out of the hospital in the third one because she would have bitched to me, and now she's a Spectre for some reason. It's probably because I killed the other one, but that's because I'm an evil bastard.
That's some good work there. Did you kill?
I think
Rex?
I killed the Jennifer. I think I killed the
Can't
Jennifer.
kill Rex.
Yeah,
You've got to save Rex.
You've got to save Rex. It's actually quite hard to save Rex in number 1. Apparently, I when I played it when I actually played it, didn't realize how hard it was. But apparently, you need a lot of points in the social stuff or the Paragon points that actually save Rex. And I was not aware of this, but apparently, I had a lot of points and I saved them because I love Rex. Rex is like one of the best characters in the whole game. And if you miss out Rex, he gets replaced by other characters, and then it just kind of lame.
Mordin is better in second one.
I like Mordin.
Mordin,
He's nice,
especially when he sings.
That was the best part of the entire game. That was brilliant.
I got so happy when he started singing. I was like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Do it again." But
Anyway,
did you save the council or murder them?
I was probably trying to be an evil bastard, so I probably killed them because I like to be a renegade. Because I'm such a nice person in real life, obviously, as Sol knows.
Yeah.
So I'm a massive dickhead in all my games because it's more fun that way, especially when Shepard just punches random people. That's fun.
I think I saved the council, but that's just because I knew it was coming up in the second one, and you kind of. It's better to have them there, if I remember rightly.
Well, so the main choices were, I think it was kill or save the Rachni. Was it save or kill Rex? There's something else, I think, and then there's council one. I think there's a fourth.
There was the Thorian.
What's the fourth?
The Thorian was the one that the plant type thing that controlled the green thingy.
Can't you say like the woman or something in there?
I'm just reading it up now because I completely forgot all of the choices.
Yeah, I've forgotten the choices on number 1. I can't remember.
Yeah. You can let her go, or you can kill her. I think.
Yeah.
I'll have killed her.
Oh, I saved her. So my decisions were: I saved her. I saved Rex and I saved the Arachni. But when it came to the council, I actually thought the good thing to do was to let them die. At the time, I'm like, I need to focus fire.
Have you lost job?
What?
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
You just started, went, and then just stopped.
Now, I was saying, at the time, with the council decision, I thought letting the council die and focusing fire on the giant thing attacking the citadel was the important thing to do with that. I thought you could actually lose or something. I wanted all ships to go and attack the giant thing that was about to blow everyone up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the good thing to do, and apparently it was the evil thing to do. So
yeah.
I didn't know that. And
you lose out on a lot of troops in the last game as well.
Yeah,
which is a bad setting.
I realized that in my second playthrough of the game. It was interesting with the non-new council. It was all in the second game they got replaced by some other guys, which weren't not as you didn't really know them as well, but they there's still some repercussions because of it, which kind of sucked a little bit.
Yeah.
Though even if you did save the council, they still didn't believe you. It's there's a really funny YouTube clip. It says it's a little montage of I think it's the Torian council member, of him going on about Reapers. It's we dismissed this claim, and in between his little speech is the intro at the outro of Mass Effect 2 with the Reapers incoming. Just in between that, it's really funny. But, I think Mass Effect 1 was If you want to play the Mass Effect series, I guess you probably could skip it if you get like the little graphic novel, the next one.
Yeah.
It's more RPG than the other two, though. So.
Is it?
I think the second one's more RPG.
Yeah, you have to level up your guns to be able to shoot them, otherwise your reticle's like fucking massive.
That is true.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of bad. I thought there's a lot of bad like inventory choices with that game because for like halfway through the game, I finally worked out you could like modify weapons or something. The modifications, like I didn't even work half that stuff out until like way later when I actually properly looked into it. It was just like I was like, this is too confusing. I never understood the gel thing. And then I realized you could use it on doors all the time, like cheating. I was like, god damn it. And I realized that right at the end of the game. It's like, well, that's useless. But do you guys play the DLC? Because I never played any of the DLC at all.
On the first one?
Yeah.
I didn't know it had DLC.
That was the one with the Batarians, I think, wasn't it?
I never played it, so that's the only
I thought you said potatoes then. That's the one with the potatoes.
There was something, it was called Bring Down the Sky, I think, was it? I'm not sure. I know there's a lot, it introduced Batarians into it. Because I was trying to do some research on it and I was trying to get the DLC, but it's kind of difficult.
You can get it, there is a collector's edition where you can get some of the DLC from number 1, but apparently some of it's corrupted.
Yeah.
Like you physically, there is like no chance of getting some of the DLC anymore. And you can't
Steam. Steam says there's no DLC.
Yeah, you can't.
It comes with it. You get the Game of the Year edition, I think, and it comes with little bits of DLC, but they're pretty rubbish.
It just says Mass Effect. It's not collector's edition. It might be on Origin. I'm gonna load up Origin.
That's the thing. On Origin, I was trying to look for the Kasumi DLC, and I still can't find that.
That's a good DLC.
I got that. That's the Mass Effect 2 one, right?
Yeah.
I got it off.
It's the only DLC I don't own.
It's a great DLC.
I physically got it off the just the BioWare store. Yeah, that's where I got all my DLC from. It's a bit confusing to install. Like you sort of buy it and then you sort of download a little thing that just then it runs on the installer. That's how I got all the DLC from Mass Effect 2. And I think most of Mass Effect 3.
I got mine like that.
Yeah.
I got all of it except for the Arrival because I got it on PS3 and because it took like over a year to get to the PS3. We got it all free, which was lovely.
There you go.
Because it was, shit, that's my password for Origin.
So, yeah, I think Mass Effect 1 was to me like I don't know, it wasn't that important overall. In the overall, like, when I remember the Mass Effect series, I never played Mass Effect 1 again. When I did the redo, I downloaded the DLC for the graphic novel for Mass Effect 2, and I sort of just started there, and I just sort of skipped number 1 again.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I played through it all again, I didn't care. It was a quick game compared to the other two.
I thought number 2, I think I completed number 2 quicker than I completed number 1.
Really? I kind of just rushed through the first one, remembering which ones to choose.
I think I did a lot of side quests. I did most of the side quests. Though I think there's a couple of things which I missed out of. There's a few things you do in Mass Effect 1. If you don't do a Mass Effect 1, you don't get to see stuff, the payoff in Mass Effect 3. Also.
Yeah.
And I think I missed out a couple of payoffs of the. I think there's a mysterious friend quest, I think it's called. Maybe get something out of that.
Mysterious friend.
There's like a weird character that's introduced. It's sort of like a comedy character or something. I think the quest is called Mysterious Friend. And I think I only got to the start of that quest and I never completed it. I need to look it up. I'm gonna go to my Google.
I know there's a guy who like sees you in the Citadel every now and again in the exact same place, and he slowly gets like more annoying and more annoying.
Yeah, that guy. I think doesn't he appear
And
in one game?
Yeah, he appears in the second one in a pub, I think. Well, in a bar.
Are they as annoying as the beggars in Assassin's Creed? Who just kind of come up to you like, give us money. And then you push them into a scaffolding and then get chased by Templars. Because you're a mean bastard.
Connor, you're changing games here.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering if you were that annoying.
That was a very specific type of annoying right there.
Yeah, annoying guy, go on. Carry on.
That was basically it.
I don't know who annoying guy is, I've never met annoying guy.
Yeah, so he turns up later on I know that, and I missed out that.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other little things which I didn't complete that I missed out of later on, which I was kind of annoyed about. I don't think I truly realized how much the world is affected by your choices, like the little extra things, until Mass Effect 3. And then I realized how much I missed out of by certain characters dying and stuff like that. I was like, God damn it! That made me do it all over again. I guess we'll move on to Mass Effect 2, because I think Mass Effect 2 is really when the series...
The better one.
Yeah, the better one, I guess you could say.
The best one.
It got more popular when the second one came out, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, well, it got, I think video games got more popular when it came out. Like, the video games were really getting off then, and it was just, like, really good. So that helps. And,
It is amazing, yes.
well, any game that literally starts you off by killing you is an awesome game.
Yeah.
It's like you literally, like, you take like 8 steps and then your ship blows up and you suffocate in space. So, did actually, one thing I did find interesting is there's a graphic novel they released, which I actually downloaded on my iPad, called I think it's just called Mass Effect Volume. This is just called Mass Effect Volume 1 here. And I'll hold it up to the camera if I can. You guys can't see it, but the stream can see it.
Well, we can imagine.
We can imagine.
It's called Mass Effect Redemption, and basically it shows how Shepard was.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's shown how Shepard is actually found, like how his body's found, and it's actually quite interesting. Because Liara finds it with the help of Theron, which he's more. Apparently, he's a lot. You guys know Theron? He's in the DLC.
For 2?
Yeah, for 2. The what do you call it? What's the
Is he in the Kasumi one?
He's in the Broker one.
Oh, the Shadow Broker.
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow Broker DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His character's explored apparently a lot in the novels and stuff, and his character was introduced in the Redemption one. He helps Liara get Shepard's body back, and it's quite a good read, and I was really, like, when I was really into the series, like, just after playing, I was like, I need more now, so I went and bought the comic, and it's not the longest thing, but it's quite good.
There's quite a lot of them. Like, there's books and there's comics and that's it.
And games.
And there's an iPad game that we're not going to talk about because none of us have it.
I got that iPad game. I have not completed it yet because it's really hard. It's a really hard game. It's like insanely difficult for no reason. Just because of the controls on the iPad and just like every enemy like taking 1 billion bullets, and you don't.
Let's have a read and pretend. I mean, read it and pretend I know what you're talking about. It cost a lot of money. I know that.
I don't think now.
£5.
I feel it was.
On the Australian iOS app, it was $9, $10, or $7.49.
Was it? Did I really spend that much money?
Yeah. That's what this says. I think $10 is in New Zealand and $7.49 is in Australia.
I didn't mind it. I still completed it, but I'm gonna complete it at some stage. I think I was stuck because one sniper kept killing me over and over again. It was very annoying. But the game starts, you get blown up, and then you're sort of rebuilt. So Connor, you went for a renegade Shepard, I'm guessing, the whole time.
Yeah, I got a big red face. It's great.
I never even when my first playthrough, I forgot about the scars like instantly because apparently I'm very Paragon because they just disappeared really quickly, and I remember going to the medical bay saying, "Do you want to heal your scars instantly?" And I'm like looking at Shepard's face, going, "What's wrong with his face?" Actually, did you guys go with default Shepard or like did you have a custom Shepard? And also,
I have a custom male Shepard. Although I wish I went for Femme Shepard because she sounds so much better.
I had default male, and my second playthrough was Femme Shepard, I think.
Was it default Femme?
I'm pretty sure I went default. I get bored doing it now because it's a bit limited.
You have it on computer, it's so much easier than doing it on the bloody dual analog stick.
That is true.
I went for default male shepherd the whole way through, and I don't know, I didn't like. I think the first game the voice act is very awkward, but as it goes on, it gets fine. Or I thought it was fine. I don't particularly want to play a female character normally in a game like that because I'm not female, so I prefer just being male.
Femme shepherd sounds.
I like to imagine.
You have just look at you're imagining that you look down like oh.
The cool thing is you can look up the actor, like the models of the default shepherd and the male and female. They're actually real people, so you can actually find the real shepherd.
Really?
Yeah, you can look at the model and there's a guy that looks exactly like the male shepherd, like even with a little bit of hair missing on like the left hand side or whatever. It looks exactly like he's a model, some sort of European model, and yeah, it's quite cool.
He is indeed.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what his name is though, but I found him.
Okay, I looked at the voice actress. She looks nothing like Femme Shepherd.
Okay, I don't know the male one is. I think
The real shepherd and someone dressed as Samara doing a cosplay. That's an interesting picture. And back off of Google. Right, where were we?
You say it's cosplay. I hope it was. I hope it was a cosplay and not like the pictures you found for LOL.
Oh gosh, don't remind me. Never ever search the characters from any games like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not any game at all.
At least it's not as bad as the one you found, Connor. Awesome nuts.
Benny and Spike can
God.
stay out of my mind. It was awful. Back onto this topic. Yes.
Actually, that reminds me. Mass Effect 1. Actually, I forgot about this very big point. Did you romance anyone?
Oh yeah.
No.
You need to get the achievements.
Oh, no, wait.
You know.
Wait, I did. In the digital book, I had a relationship with Ashley because I thought I might as well. Or it was Liara.
You didn't go for the blue.
Liara.
Yeah, I
it
think
was-
everyone for Liara. No. Though I
Liara's much more interesting.
Literally the whole time I was like yelling, like I was getting annoyed at the games. Like, why can't I go for Tali? That was the only character I wanted to go for. I could.
Yeah.
Tali's awesome. She's like, well, like probably my favorite. Like Tali and Garrett are my two favorite characters.
I don't like Sally. She pisses me off.
I love. You know, it's the first time I ever forgot his name. Legion. Legion is my favorite character in the entire game.
I don't think I've ever properly explored his, because I've always because Legion's so at the end of Mass Effect 2, I never properly been able to look at. I swear there must be a bunch of dialogue which I've not seen of Legion, because I've always gone for just like trying to get there. Because the first time I played it, I didn't. I think I tried. I just went there straight away or something. And
yeah, I quite liked having Geth's
I got
army.
his like loyalty thing.
Yeah.
The worst thing about the Legion one is my receptionist and stuff like that all got taken by the Reapers. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just unlock Legion because I found him now. I'll do his loyalty mission. And then I got there, and then the receptionist died, and everyone died because I spent more than one mission.
Yeah.
Going to go there,
The first time I did
they all died.
The first time I did it, I think I saved everyone or half the crew. Because I think if you do Legion's mission straight away, you save half the crew. Like after you do Legion's mission, then you go and save it, you get half the crew, and you wait a certain amount of missions, you lose everyone. And if you go instantly, you get you save the whole crew of Normandy. Which is interesting. So I saved Kelly and I can't remember who else was there.
I did like Kelly. Kelly was nice.
That's the point. We ain't asked what classes we were.
Oh yeah, there's so much in this game. I played soldier right for the whole thing, which is probably the most boring way to play the combat. But I thought, when you're on, you probably better play. I played infantry the second time through, which is much more enjoyable.
I think I was always engineer. I think I was the stealth one for the first, and the rest of them I was engineer type thing.
There's come here a minute, I'm on the wrong one. There's absolutely no point to being a soldier with Mass Effect 3 because you can just attach. Well, you can have every single weapon. So what's the point?
Oh yeah. So that never clicked in my head because I was like in my head going every single time I went on to the next game, like I can't change physically, And to me, it was a bit weird, like changing, going from a soldier to suddenly like being a dude that can cast spells everywhere.
Yeah. I was a sentinel throughout because they have the best. I love sentinels. So they have tech armor, and in the second one there was a lovely glitch where every time you used tech armor, your armor instantly went up, and so did your health. So I was invincible, and it's like, oh shit, I'm about to die. Click triangle to heal yourself, basically.
That's nice.
And they took that out in 3, and that's one thing that I don't like.
Oh,
There are many things I don't like.
I know
They fixed the glitch.
I know in one of the is it Mass Effect? It's either Mass Effect 2 or is it Mass Effect 1, where if you play Soldier, the game is ridiculously easy compared to every single other class.
Well,
Yeah.
you need to get proficiencies in your weapons, and I think as soldier you start off with a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
And the game becomes a lot more easier that way, which I did. I was very happy that I did Soldier in number 1, just because that game was actually probably was Mass Effect 1 the hardest? Because I think it might have been. Mass Effect 2
I have
was
heard
easy.
it's the hardest.
Mass Effect 2 was.
I'm not particularly sure. I kind of rushed the first one, so I didn't particularly notice.
Well,
I wanted to get into the second one, but I didn't want to ruin the story for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah. So the second one, you find yourself blown up and then rebuilt, and you're sort of different ship. Luckily, I love Joker. Joker is very, very funny, and the conversations between him and Edie right through the second and third game are very hilarious.
He's just kind of there for me now.
Joker?
Because I really liked him in the second one, and the third one I was like, I need to get this done by the weekend. Scare.
I love how he always, like, after certain missions, if you go... Actually, after most missions, especially I remember in definitely number 2 and 3, I think, you just go to him instantly, and just if you talk to him, he always had something to say about the mission, which is always something amusing. Especially if it was like sometimes he was even like a little side quest, like with most characters don't tend to comment on a side quest. He would normally have something to comment about on the side quest. And normally the side quest is a bit bonkers, so he normally said a bit something bonkers in return.
That's when BioWare used to care when they made games like Dragon Age 1.
Dragon Age.
And then Dragon Age 2 came along, and that's when it all went downhill.
I really love Dragon Age 1. Never played Dragon Age 2 because I've heard so many bad things about it.
I like both of them, and I don't know why everyone's going against the second one, besides it kind of changed the game.
Because you can't have sex with Isabel because she fucks off after you've had such a good relationship with her.
She comes back.
You sound very upset about that.
She comes back, Connor.
I spent most of the game trying to romance Isabel, and then she fucked off out of nowhere. And there's a mage on it that had sex with me. I don't know how. He just said, "Hey, you're a very good blood mage," and then it just went dark. He's like, "Oh yeah, baby." Ooh. It's like, oh my god.
I don't think it was that vocal in the game.
It was.
So the part where he said, "Ooh, baby." I don't remember that.
I just remember in Dragon Age, what was the elf, the very flamboyant elf?
Oh
God.
His name is. I know who you're talking about.
I got upset when he betrayed me at the end because apparently I wasn't like friendly enough with him, and I spent the whole game trying to sleep with what's her name? Is it Morgana? No,
Morgana.
Yeah, and then you can do it automatically at the end anyway to save yourself.
Yeah. The elf's name was Zevran, I think.
Yeah, Zevran. Yeah, he wasn't a bad character. My favorite one was Alsa.
It was a good character.
My favorite one was Alsa, just mainly because that's my name, and he was quite. So
I like Dog. Dog was good.
Did Meryl? Was it Meryl?
I went for Dragon Age. The first time I played it, and it was the only time I actually ever finished it. I missed like half the possible like companions. I missed Dog because I was like too bothered not to do the side quest. I missed the chick in the bar that you get, the healer or whatever her name is. I missed her. Like I had like half the party by the end. I never actually got half of them. The second night I did, I got all of them, including the DLC, which is what was it? The golem guy, the golem person.
Yeah.
That's the birds just killing all the birds. We're probably off topic.
Oh god,
yeah.
We've not stayed on very much today.
Okay, so Mass Effect.
Yes.
Mass Effect 2 is like Okay, what to say about Mass Effect 2? Well, I'm trying
It's
to remember what I
amazing.
did in it now. So the main things in Mass Effect 2. Well, the
I've got all of them listed up here.
Well, the main.
There was.
Well, you sort of. The main things you do in Mass Effect 2 is just basically the whole game is just recruiting people.
Yeah.
At the end,
And then doing loyalty missions constantly.
yeah, it's a bit.
Is this Mass Effect?
Mass Effect 2.
Oh, alright.
It's a
Yeah,
bit odd
okay.
for like a whole I didn't realize right to the end of the game that literally the whole thing is just collecting people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Looking at the list of the most important things in the game, there's loyalty mission, loyalty mission, loyalty mission, loyalty mission, all the way down. And at the top of that is Vitor at the very start, when you first find out about the
You
collectors.
see, the thing is, I were recruiting all these companions, but I only ever used 2 of the starting ones, really. Just to get Gareth up to like 1 mission.
Wait,
And that's all I used throughout.
I don't know who did I actually. Well, my 2 favorite actually, who were your favorite characters in Mass Effect 2? Because there was so many of them. Which ones did you like? Which ones did you?
Miranda.
I hated Miranda.
Miranda,
was very boring.
and Gareth, and I hated that Sally. Because she would defend the ass.
Was it Rex or Grunt that was in the second one?
Grunt.
Grun.
I quite liked Grunt. It was a lot more formal than Rex, which was a bit
Grunt.
weird.
I liked Grunt and Rex.
Yeah, I think they're the best race in the entire game. They're amazing. But
I kind of like Jack. Sorry.
I like Jack.
Jack was
so many
amazing.
So many people, like I've read a lot of like what people did, and apparently heaps of people ignored Jack, like right through their playthrough. And Jack's actually a really good character. Like she takes a while to sort of talk to you, but when you actually get to know her, she's a really like interesting character. And
If you're gonna ignore someone, then you ignore
Miranda.
One sec, I had it up a minute. No, Jacob, the black.
Oh
the
yeah,
black guy.
Jacob's okay.
His mission was amazing though. I loved his loyalty mission. That was amazing.
That was kind of a creepy one. I don't know. I don't know which loyalty. Actually, probably the Kasumi's loyalty mission was actually quite fun, which is like her own mission, which is the DLC character.
I didn't get to do that. I'm very upset.
Kasumi's great.
She's like the only character I've never played, and she sounds like the best one.
The DLC characters are a bit hit and miss because they're not.
Oh, I hate Zaid.
Yeah, Zaid's a bit pointless. Like, if everyone's gonna buy the DLC, just avoid Zaid. He's not real. He's kind of boring, and I never used him.
Unless you get it free. If you buy it now, you get it free, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But I always took out Legion, Garrus, and Grunt, I think.
Oh, that's Legion.
Or Legion and Garrus.
I think I always used Garrus and Tali.
And Miranda and Garrus.
I could not like Miranda to me just sound like I don't know, she's like too. She's boring to me.
Humans are boring on games, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
You want to go with the aliens.
I always hang out with aliens.
I like it. That's
actually,
me.
Like the most important decisions, I think in Mass Effect 2, like with the loyalty missions, I think one of them's Tali's one.
Tali's was good.
Yeah, Tali's one was good, but you can completely fuck her up if you completely say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing.
Yeah, I like Samara's.
That'd be what I did.
Yeah, Samara's one also has quite a big impact because is there.
Okay.
You either get Morrowind or Samara, depending on how you end it. I find that quite good.
I did not
I got
know
Samara.
that. Yeah. Well, I thought like if Samara like somehow died in her loyalty mission, I thought you'd just have to kill Moral for something afterwards. I did not know she would actually join you.
Yeah.
And apparently she I've never actually had Moral for my team, so apparently she pretends to be Samara the whole time.
Yeah, she disguises herself as Samara.
Except sometimes when you get through or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got them.
Samara's not a nice one to have. I tried having a relationship with Samara and then died instantly. So that was fun.
Can you imagine it going through saying it just says you're dead? not even like the Mass Effect one, like a Resident Evil one.
Well, I know with Morris, after Mass Effect 2, you can go and try and romance her, and then you just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally starts and then you die, and it's like, oh, okay. I went and looked that one up. That was quite amusing, and you can't romance any of the extra characters. I know Kasumi the whole time goes on about Jacob.
He's so black and pink.
And I think also Morden's lawyer submission actually has an effect on Mass Effect 3 because with the saving the cure or not.
Yeah.
Which is quite important.
I saved Morden. I was happy with myself, even if it did mean not curing the genophage. But,
well, did you not say the genophage cure?
no, I wanted Morden to stay alive.
I think
Oh yeah, because in Mass Effect 3 you can actually have an option where you can save Morden, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, have you played the Citadel DLC, Colin?
No, I don't need DLC.
Oh, I wonder if he turns.
I hate the game too much to spend money on it.
Well,
unless it brings back my glitch. The tech armor.
I'm curious if he. I don't think he turns up in the Citadel DLC, even if you have saved him. But in Mass Effect 2, his Lord submission is quite important because it affects Mass Effect 3 with the cure and all that. And yeah, Tali's is the other important one. And I think there's one other one that's quite important. I don't know which one though. Can't remember.
Is the Rachni Queen in the second one? I can't remember if she...
No, you talk to a woman that says that she's out there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kill her in Mass Effect 3.
I did.
Oh, you can save it. I wanted to save it.
I saved it twice, and I love how Garrus points that out at some point in Mass Effect 3. Like, you went and saved them twice. If they betray us again, I think you're on the wrong side.
I didn't like it because first time I did Mass Effect 3, I didn't have the saves of 1 and 2, and you get stuck with fake Rachni, and I thought, oh, I'll be fine. Turns out she kills half of your blooming points at the end of it, so you end up with a really bad ending every time.
That would suck.
That upset me.
I think I got the bad ending, where where all your friends die, and
they all bad endings very much.
You slowly walk towards the light.
We're still Mass Effect 2. Let's focus on Mass Effect 2 still. I was going to say something, I can't remember now. We were going about favourite characters. So, favourite characters and least favourite characters in Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2, favourite, definitely Legion. Closely followed by, I think, Garrus, because Garrus has just been there from the start. Yeah. Then Morden, and then everyone else sucks. So, yeah.
You guys apparently don't like the characters I like. Well, you guys like Garrus, and I like Garrus. But the other two I really liked was Thane and Tali.
Oh, I did like Thane, actually. I forgot about Thane.
So I
thought Thane were alright. You were kind of depressing, going, oh, I'm going to die soon.
I've never, I don't tend to, break down watching anything, or definitely never playing a video game. When Thane died in Mass Effect 3, I was full-on bawling, just like a little girl.
He died in Mass Effect 3?
Yes!
Did you not?
He dies in Mass Effect 3.
I probably just pressed square to skip it.
He has an epic fight with the assassin, the arsehole assassin guy, which I really want to murder afterwards. And I'm glad I did later on.
I don't think that ever happens to me. I don't think Garrett. I don't know where Thane is.
Unless Thane died in Mass Effect 2.
He might have died in Mass Effect 2.
Oh my god.
Can't let Thane die.
He was going to die anyway. He had a terminal illness or something.
He is.
Yeah, because I don't like the things that look after them.
And in the Citadel DLC, you actually have a funeral for him, along with his son. His son's there too, and it's a really nice little extra little bit there.
I love Thane so much.
Yes, Thane was such a good character. He actually, I think with when right at the end of Mass Effect 3, you know how you get flashes of characters. There's the person you romance, and there's another character which tends to be your closest companion friend, which you've spent the most time with in the game, which the game obviously somehow recorded. I know Thane popped up for me both times I played through it. So. I
think mine was Garrus.
Most people say Garrus.
Yeah.
Knows that.
I got Miranda because.
You sure that wasn't a romance?
She's the best. No, because I tried romancing her throughout the entire series of Mass Effect 2, and then it got to the end, and then she goes, "Oh, I can't talk now. We're too busy. We should be saving the receptionist woman." And I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And then afterwards, you can't romance them. Like, this has happened twice now in 2 games.
In Mass Effect 2, I know you can actually romance someone, and you can also romance Kelly at the same time, and you can get away with it.
Do you actually do anything with Kelly?
You do. There is she does like some sort of lap dance or something.
Oh, nice.
I almost romanced Kelly, but then she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
She got kidnapped.
And then she got vaporized. So
And then she got vaporized.
it's a bit difficult when she's vaporized.
Like,
She lived in.
Kelly!
She lived in my original one. Actually, who died? Did anyone who died in your Mass Effect 2? Like the first time you played?
All the crew.
None of the companions?
I lost most of the crew and probably a couple of... I think I lost Grunt. Which was a bit depressing because I thought, you know what, he can hold the line. No, Grunt cannot hold the line.
You're going to probably hate me when I say who I lost because I was very annoyed. I lost 3 people, which I was very annoyed at the fact that they actually had stuff to do in the next game.
Did you lose Legion?
No, I did not lose Legion.
Good.
Good. So the person I lost was... I did all the loyalty missions and everything. Forgot to upgrade the shields and the other thing. I got the weapons, but I forgot to upgrade the shields and the hull. So I lost... before I even got there... Wait, did... No, I know... I think I only... Did I lose... No, I only lost 1 character. Somehow I only lost 1 character. Maybe I did upgrade the hull. I lost Jack before we even got there. I lost...
no.
Yeah.
So Jack's like the best.
Yeah,
Jack's really useful in
I was
that.
very annoyed at that. I was like, oh shit. And then, who else did I...
Oh dear.
I actually saved most of the crew. Like, I saved Kelly and all that. So she actually appeared in the next game, along with a few other characters. I think she ends up getting assassinated. So, I think you can romance her again, though.
Yeah, but if I did that, she'd get assassinated just before I romanced her, because it's just my luck.
But I also lost Grunt because I chose him as squad leader because I thought he would be a good squad leader. Apparently not.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, but apparently you meant to choose Garrus.
Yeah.
Times.
Well, I looked on the internet the second time, so I don't want to lose anyone.
Yeah,
but the first time,
got the headshot.
when I had it on 360, I lost Tally.
How could you come?
I wasn't going to let Tally
Samara.
Anyway.
I looked down here.
How can you kill Samara? What do you do to kill Samara?
She ran out of biotics in it.
Wait, how does she? If you choose Samara, Samara can't run antibiotics. The only people that can run antibiotics, I think, is like Jack and Jacob. And
no, Jack's good as well.
You have to upgrade Jack. If you get her the upgrade, she's fine. But if you don't get the upgrade, she'll not.
Ah, okay.
Gruntlet. I accidentally killed Garrus because I thought, oh, he can lead it, and I don't think he did lead it. But this was like years ago, so...
Garrus can't die if you lead it. Garrus is the perfect choice because he's a leader. But I also lost Morden at the line. Apparently Morden, I've looked it up, Morden has a habit of dying at that point very often if you don't have enough like heavy combat people. With the final boss, apparently you just meant to use like protect people if you want to save everyone.
Yeah.
Is what I did. And yeah, Morden can easily die at that point, so yeah, he died, and I was very upset because then I realized in Mass Effect 3 that he actually apparently appears in it. And I did not know that until I finished it. But yeah, with actually, well, there was the major choice at the end where you either save the robot thing and we blow it up. What did you guys do?
Yeah.
I felt so stupid after that.
What, did you save it?
I saved it, and I was like,
really?
Why did I do that? What did I do that for?
You're an idiot.
I think I saved it because I thought, well, Cerberus are evil, and Cerberus can use it, and that means I'm evil. So therefore,
good work there.
Out for me. I got my renegade up, and
I blew it up. I blew up the Smithereens. So I did the right choice there. What does it actually do if you save it?
It's used against you as war assets, I think. It reduces your war assets by a significant amount. So I'm to fight against that now.
The Elusive Man is amazing. I love the Elusive Man.
He's quite good at number 2, but he goes a bit bonkers in number 3.
Yeah.
With his prosthetic eyes or whatever it is, when it's like weird. Although your eyes go like that if you're Renegade, you get like blue dots.
Isn't it just having
red dots in your eyes?
I like how nothing happens if you're like a good guy. It's just like normal. You don't get any like blue. It's not like Fable where you go like angel like. You just blue. You just, I mean, not blue. You're just normal.
Oh, you just get massive horns if you're evil in Fable like me. And
you have to be evil in Fable. It just makes the game so much better.
Yeah, I did that the second time I played Fable 3.
You need to be evil in Fable 3 because it's a shit game. And it makes it fun.
Why do you hate all these games? I like them.
I liked Fable 3. Heaps of people hate Fable 3, but I actually liked it. Even though my ending was, everyone was dead because I was too good. And we had no money and nothing. And everyone died.
Well, funnily enough, I come up with a theory now. It's called the Mass Effect theory. It's where the first one's alright, the second one's the best, and the third one's not as good.
What about the fourth one?
There isn't a fourth one yet, shush.
Can we talk about that as well? We'll talk about the fourth.
Well,
but,
nothing's been announced for the fourth, really, other than the fact that
you don't follow Shepard.
Yeah, you're not Shepard. And I think it may be set.
Yosh.
It's probably gonna be, I wouldn't be surprised if it's set before all that. Like, it could be set before humans are even in space, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
because I was hoping that you get to choose like what kind of alien you play as, like a Batarian or.
You can do that in the multiplayer, so I guess you could have.
I really don't want to be a Volus. Volus would be terrible. It's like having asthma, like really bad asthma constantly.
You can do that on the multiplayer though, and the multiplayer's really good.
Really?
It saves the game.
Apparently,
the multiplayer was told to be the worst part. Sorry.
There's no reason for it being that.
Well, you get war assets out of it, which is kind of handy. But I played the Mass Effect 3 when no one was on the multiplayer in Australia anymore, so I got no extra war assets there, which is very pissed me off. Or no readiness ratings, which I really wanted. And the app, there's an app on the. There's another app which is meant to lower it. It doesn't even work anymore. So I was like, well.
I have that and it doesn't work.
Yeah. Did it ever work?
Still got it. It work.
So did it ever work?
I got, I think, 20 more war assets, which is nothing.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's good. Okay, let's actually, before we go Mass Effect 3, let's talk about the DLC, Mass Effect 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how much of the DLC did you guys get? Because I got all of it. Actually, I got all of it my second playthrough. The first time I played through it, I was like so intense to play the next one, I actually forgot all about the DLC and didn't buy any of it. So I went back and played it later on.
I got all of it except for the Arrival, and the Arrival is about 3, which is a pain in the ass.
Well,
because it explains the indoctrination theory and all that.
Yes, like the DLC in the Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3 explains so much about the actual Reapers. Like, I remember playing Mass Effect 3 the first time I played through, and I had not played the Arrival. And there's some dude...
You just thought, this game's shit.
There's, what were they called? The dudes that you blow up the whole galaxy of?
Narrow it down.
There's a lot of people you blow up.
Really red. I think they're red and ugly. So. Let's start with B. They tend to be mercenaries. Batarians, yes. Because you blow up the galaxy, basically. And I had this Batarian yelling at me about that. And I'm like, I don't know what you're going on about. So then I played it, and I'm like, oh, that's what that dude was yelling at me for. I went and blew up their galaxy.
Yeah, there's about awesome. 7 Batarians left in the entire universe.
Well, there seems to be a billion of them still mercenaries everywhere.
Yeah.
The really, like, there was a bunch of small DLCs, I think, Mass Effect 2, like the Normandy one, which you could go and visit the ship on Normandy.
Yeah.
Which was,
yeah.
But
it was cool but pointless, yeah.
I think you get for free,
nice. I found lots of shit that I didn't need.
I think you get some. Is it weapon upgrades and like you get an achievement? It's not useful.
I did it just because I could, and I went and collected all the dog tags.
Yeah.
After looking up a guide to find all the dog tags, it's a pain in the ass.
You get a little trophy of the Normandy in your room as well, I think.
Every DLC you get a little trophy or some sort of thing from it.
Yeah.
There was also, wasn't there like the bit where they added the rover back in? Or not the rover, the driving vehicle.
Yeah, for one mission, you drive on a lava-filled planet.
There's a bunch of missions.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of missions.
That was an awful mission. Oh.
There was about 6 of them, actually. And there's more than one.
I never finished it then.
It wasn't bad. I just completed because I wanted to complete everything. And then there was the Zaid and Kasumi DLC, the extra characters. Zaid was
Zaid.
Yeah, I knew looking at Zaid getting his DLC, I was like, I'm not gonna like him. But
Zaid was the first mission I did properly because it was kind of there.
Yeah, you go into Omega and it just went, I'm on your team. Do this mission for me.
Yeah, it was beating someone up. It's like, right.
He was beating a Batarian up, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Beating someone up.
And
it's like, hey.
There was one other than the Shadow Broker. There was something else, I think.
Mass Effect 2 DLC.
Yeah, just Google it. Actually,
let's have conversations about what we talk about.
I want to talk. Can you remind me of something with Mega?
Yeah.
Who's the girl in charge of Mega? What's her name?
Oh.
I love that character.
She is amazing. Arya.
Yeah, Arya. Yeah, I love her.
Her DLC on the third
Arya
one.
Stark.
Her DLC is actually kind of shit overall, but
I liked it. I've gone blurry.
It's all only combat, but the ending, if you do it properly, is hilarious. To get the ending where she kisses you.
Yes.
Yeah, that is really. It's like she brutally murders someone, and then she just kisses Shepard out of nowhere. And it's just like really funny. But I love that character for some reason so much. I don't know why. I just wanted her in everything.
She was quite a good teammate, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's like a cooler Samara.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of DLC, so brace yourselves. There's lots of free shit I'm not going to bother talking about.
Weren't they just weapons and stuff?
Zaid weapons and the Cerberus network. There was Kasumi, still in memory. Overlord.
Who played?
I
did. I liked it.
Did you like it?
I
liked her as a character. She was quite a good character. And she turns out.
I liked it. It were kind of like infiltrating somewhere. I liked that. You were like trying to get into the vault, like without being detected. Yeah. I'm just thinking, what the fuck do I do?
And then you get in there, and then you see all these old Earth stuff, like somehow they're doing like the Statue of Liberty or something down there.
Shut up, Sol.
I feel left out.
Then there's a massive ass ship that just starts attacking you. Like, oh fuck, what do I do now?
I think I had no ammo at that point. I had like almost no ammo. I was like, oh shit.
That's why I love my Biotics. I would just do them like warp, blew up, and a poster just fell down when I did that. Right, the other DLC is the layer of the Shadow Brew car.
Yes, that was probably the best DLC then. Because you got Liara back. And with me, in Mass Effect 1, I romanced Liara. And then Mass Effect 2, you actually were able to romance Tali. I was like, yes! It's like Tali! And I went and romanced Tali. And but when the second time I played through it, I stuck with Liara. And it was it was cool seeing like the relationship continue properly. It actually did kind of.
I like the fact that you get a picture of them in your room.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
The picture
and there's that scene where you look at it.
Yeah.
You just sort of stare at it for like a few minutes, then you put it down and go kill people.
And then there's one more DLC, which is the Arrival, as we've talked about.
Yeah.
About how you get hit by the marker, don't you? No, not the marker. That's Dead Space.
No,
he's like a marker.
You go and there is like a marker. I can't remember what it was now. But there's like something drawing. Oh, it was the what's it called? Oh, it's the artifact thing, which is it's also in the other deals, the other Mass Effect 3. It's kind of important. I can't remember. Isn't it like a ball?
Don't know. I haven't played it.
Well, you never played the Arrival?
No, I haven't bothered to buy it because it is $7, which is probably about £5, and
too much.
There's a lot of money for me to see. Especially when I have to run it all past my girlfriend, and she goes like, "No, can't," because I trust her like that because I spend all my money otherwise. But yeah, there's the Arrival, and that's it really. It's Mass Effect.
The Arrival explains a fair bit. So there's a Shadow Broker one about like stuff in Mass Effect 3, like how Liara suddenly becomes a Shadow Broker out of nowhere. If you don't do that, it's a bit confusing. And also how how you blew up a galaxy. Like the Arrival's in between, isn't it meant to be like in between It's in between Mass Effect 2 and 3. Like that's the event.
Yeah,
so that's why,
it's meant to be just before 3, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why Shepard is actually at Earth, sort of not. He's sort of like grounded and all that. Like that's why he's there, because he blew up a galaxy.
Yeah, that kind of never explains why he got his captain.
Yeah.
Taken away, and he's just kind of like, what? Why am I no longer Commander Shepard? Why am I no longer a commander?
Well, I think some people automatically assumed it was to do with just what you did in Mass Effect 2, but no, it's got to do with the Arrival DLC. So.
Yeah.
And Hackett, that's actually the only way you can actually see Commander Hackett, I think, in Mass Effect 2.
It's Admiral Hackett, isn't it?
Is it Admiral Hackett? Yeah, Admiral Hackett. Yeah, sorry, yeah, Admiral Hackett. That's the only way you see him in that.
It's Admiral White Guy and Captain Black Guy. But I didn't know his name. I thought I'll look it up so I don't sound like racist. But he's genuinely black, and I can't remember his name.
I actually can't remember. I knew his name until 2 seconds ago. You said that. It just like blanked from my mind.
It's about 3 characters.
Oh god, that's funny.
Anderson, that's it.
Yeah. Is it Captain Anderson?
Oh. Yeah, he looks dead and lifeless in this picture. Just going like.
But I think that Mass Effect 2 overall had some pretty good DLC. Anything else really say about Mass Effect 2? I'm not sure what else to really say.
You can get Blood Dragon armor, which is good.
Yeah, I never.
It was quite cool.
I think I could get it, but I never actually bothered with getting it.
Yeah, it's alright. And then, so we should probably move on to Mass Effect 3. So, what colour engine did everyone get? I think that's the question.
I got the green one. I went and chose the everyone becomes happy in green, and synthetic aliens, which is a very. I also played with the extended ending, so the ending to me was a lot better that way. They got more info and everything. Plus, I think the main reason people didn't like the endings was the fact that the endings are so similar. If you only ever play the game once and you don't look at the internet, you'll probably be quite satisfied with the ending.
I am satisfied with the ending because I didn't get the extended cut because I had no internet at the time. Because I will complete now this one, and then it's like, right, the podcast is tomorrow. So I took it to my dad's who had no internet. I completed it, I'm like, that's actually an alright ending.
Yeah.
Even though it was a bit short.
Which one did you go for?
I got red. Red colour ending.
Okay, so which one did you go for?
I still haven't finished.
Oh yeah, you didn't finish number 3. I forgot about that.
You got blue colour ending, just a bit different.
I just found that while I was searching the internet. I thought I might want to look, Connor.
The interesting thing is there's 4 main endings, and then there's actually like 24 different endings technically. They're all slightly different depending how many war assets you get. Like if you choose a red one, which is Destroy All the Reapers. If you have really high, you have super high war assets, Shepard lives, and all the Earth lives, and everyone in the galaxy lives but for the Reapers. And if you get the worst one, all of Earth is destroyed. Most of the people in the universe are destroyed along with the Reapers. And there's various degrees, like half of the Earth will be destroyed.
I think I destroyed all the synthetics and all the mass relays, so I killed myself. Killed all the synthetics and the mass relays, obviously.
Well, considering the Reganade option, I'm guessing you didn't get enough war assets to have a living Shepard at the end.
I got a choice between red and blue, so I chose red. It's not like red better than blue.
Didn't you have the green choice?
No.
Okay.
There was a reason that I went back and did a playthrough of all 3. I thought if I go back and do them from the start, I can get the highest amount of war assets, so I don't end up with a really shoddy ending.
Like I got.
Yeah. I'm still trying my best, but it's not going so well.
That's what I've been trying to do. But I'm going from I went from number 2, even though you can probably get some extra war assets from going number 1, which I've realised. Just through extra side missions, some people you run into Mass Effect 3 will give you some more assets. Not a lot, but the DLC also helps quite a bit with what's her name? Arya. She gives you a fair bit of war assets.
Arya Stark.
You said Arya Stark just then. Really?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, we can't talk about that because it's on here. But there was only 2 problems I had with that ending, really. The fact that you just give you 2 choices. Well, we can make 2 choices, and I'm like, all right then. I'm gonna confuse him now. So I started walking backwards to try and exit, and there was just an invisible wall, and it took fucking ages to walk down there. So walking back, and it took ages. And it turns out if you shoot the kid, it doesn't do anything, which I was rather disappointed about.
It's actually an ending where you can just say screw it and leave.
That's what I tried to do, and then it didn't give me the option.
Well, it's like if you keep talking to the kid, he's like, I don't want this option, I don't want this option, I don't want any of these options, and yeah, it ends like you can actually it just ends. I can't remember how it ends now. I think it's really sort of lame. So just like. Well,
I thought you got the ending by shooting the kid in the head, but it didn't work. I'm just there when my pistol was going bang, 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 bang. And I got rather pissed off because it changed my pistol. It's like I've gone through the entire game with the default pistol because it's the best pistol.
One thing in Mass Effect 3, I think I didn't realize this until I played a different class because I was playing Soldier the whole way through. Next time I played a different class. In every single cutscene, you automatically you have an assault rifle, even though you may not even be carrying one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that I was always carrying an assault rifle, so.
And then at the end, it also changes what costume you were wearing. So I had my Blood Dragon armor, and then it just changed to the default armor. I'm like, what? No.
Did it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I don't think
it changed to the default, sadly.
No, I didn't. I either did not notice that, or I did not have fancy enough armor to notice it. I don't know. To me, it did look the same.
And then I was walking towards the beacon bit, and then I just saw Garrus and Liara on the floor dead. I'm like, oh, this is morbid. I'm not gonna lie.
Did more people die?
Everyone died, really.
How bad did you play this game?
I know. Well, in the ending, obviously, Joker started running away like, oh shit, I must realise. And then something happened, and then someone opened a door, and then it just ended. I thought, that's a really good ending. And then I watched the extended ending, I thought, it's a really shit ending. Because then it's like, oh, I'm here with someone else.
Explain what happens.
I'm surprised Joker didn't like go to sit down and stop him like, oh, you bastard. First time I've got a girlfriend, you're going to fucking kill her. Because Edie's synthetic, so she's going to die.
I got the ending where Edie lives. And I helped Edie and Joker become a couple in my game, and at the end they both Edie holds hands or something with Joker as they walk out of the ship. It's like, oh, he lives, she lives, so that's nice, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all glowing green, which was the weirdest sort of choice for making
for the green ending.
It's probably the happiest ending you could say. But I don't know how if you had a sequel to that, how it would work if everyone had to glow green for the whole game. I think we're getting very.
I like to think that your choice of ending is you can choose blue where you all the Reapers. You can choose red where all the synthetics die. Remember, you're part of synthetic. Or you can choose the green ending where everyone's happy, and that's well, I'm not a massive dick. I'll probably choose it where they're all happy, and then you see Reapers with smiley faces.
The blue one's actually quite similar to the green one because basically the blue one, you technically in the blue ending you live. That's the control ending. You physically you just become the hive mind of the Reapers and you live. No one can really talk to you or anything. You kind of become a god really of the Reapers. So.
Yeah. Well, you said you died. I'm just going to die either way.
I think the kid says you sort of he says you die, but you don't die. I don't know. That kid,
Yeah.
like, oh, I hated those scenes,
It's
the dreams with the kids. That was like,
That kid pisses me off. It's
Yeah.
like when you go to sleep and then you're just slowly walking towards him. It's like, why can't I run?
I just
Just want the game to end.
If you're playing for the second time, it's kind of really annoying, but the other times, it's the
It was
first
annoying
time
the first time.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Especially now, I think it happens like at least 2 or 3 times in the game. So, kind of a pain in the ass.
I was fed up at the beginning. I'm like, I don't care about this kid. What's he got to do with anything? I mean, I killed the queen of the Ragnarai or whatever they were called.
Well,
Why do I give a shit about a little boy?
Like, I sort of saw the character development in like Shepard, but at the same time, I think like that. I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to focus on, that just one kid. For the whole game. Though, yeah.
Yeah.
What else to say? Like, so with my Mass Effect 3 experience, I romanced Tali in Mass Effect 2, and that continued on in Mass Effect 3, and that's probably the most well developed. Like, I continued on with Liara, my second playthrough, just to see what would happen. And I've realized Tali's relationship is really, like, it's just a lot better done than the one with Liara. It's like, automatically, like, she just starts automatically, like, flirting with Shepard instantly. And the characters that are with you, like, on the quest that she's first in is really funny. They all just say
You get to see the real her, don't you? No.
Yeah.
Which is just a photoshopped picture off Google, apparently. So.
Well, you get a portrait that is apparently Tali without her mask on, which is I thought that was a really cool thing. It's not the best picture in the world, but I thought it was like, it's a bit pixelated in the game, but I thought it was, it's a nice reward for, like, finally, because it's so long, like, you see the cutscenes and you see her take off her mask or something during a romance scene and just face it black. You're like, I want to see her face.
Yeah, everyone wanted to see her face, which is probably why they did it, but they did it so poorly.
Well, at least they gave the people that are really dedicated to, like, that. I really like the Quarians. I thought they were probably my favorite alien race, the Quarians.
They probably died on mine. I know I punched one of them, get the fuck off my ship, basically. And it don't swear very much to Mass Effect. And then the last mission is like, oh my god, there's fucking Reapers everywhere. Like, why would you just randomly come out with that? Like, no. It's like 20 Banshees coming towards me. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I have to use my warp to get down the barrier and then shoot them with a pistol. Both of my people are dead.
Those last few missions were a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I died a lot. And actually, right at the end, you know those big, the things that, what's the race called? What's the blue people called? The blue chicks? What are they all called?
I had a list of them out. The Asari.
Yeah, the Asari. You know Morinth. You know how she actually turns into one of them? If you say Morinth and stuff, Morinth actually turns into one of those, like, demented Asari people. Like, it comes up with a name on the name plate saying Morinth, and obviously Connor's finding something very funny.
Saw something. I'll put it in the Skype chat, sorry. You see, we're in the podcast. Yeah, no, I'm just anyway. You should put it on the podcast.
I mark up all my overlays and stuff. And I don't know OBS enough to do all that. So,
when you're editing it out, just plonk it as a big picture on the on it. Don't look at it first, just put it there and see what happens.
Okay. Well, if I remember to edit that in, it may be in there. It will be either one. Apparently it's very funny.
Right. Anyway, Mass Effect. Yeah. It's a game. I have many problems.
Are we on number 3 yet?
Yeah, we're on number 3.
Yeah, we have. Been on 3 for ages.
Yeah, I know, but you two have been talking and I've just been searching funny images.
Oh, God. So yeah, with Mass Effect 3, I went in there, down a few characters. Very sad that Mordin was not in the whole storyline. Like, the second time I played through Mass Effect 3, that Mordin bit is much better. Because Joker actually calls the other guy, if you don't know Mordin, and the other guy ends up dying, you say the Genophage. And Joker actually says, he calls him not Mordin.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
There's another one where he calls him not something. I can't remember what it is. Paul.
Well, Legion is known as not Legion if you do it wrong and he dies.
Oh yeah, because
I
forgot about that. Because Legion might not even be there.
killed Legion.
Legion's my favourite character, and there's just the bit where he comes in and you're like, oh, hi, Legion. He's like,
I think I was.
Who is Legion?
Yeah.
Who are you? It's like, no, my best friend. And I cried. I watched YouTube videos and I cried on it.
I killed Legion in Mass Effect 3.
Well, he dies if you do the right thing, and I think I was like, I think I may have been. I think that was the other bit where I was like in tears because that was a really like emotional bit.
God.
If you muck it up completely, Tali commits suicide, and I was like, when I didn't even know that could happen, and apparently I was very close to that ending because I got the at the end of that little sequence, I got both of them. I got the Legion. I got what are the robot? What's Legion's? What are they called? Geth. I got the Geth and the Quarians as both war assets. Like both of them lived. That's what I got. And apparently, if you screw it up and you side with Legion, Tali just if you don't have enough loyalty or something with it, she just commits suicide. Which is when I found that cutscene on YouTube, I was like, oh god, this is horrible.
Well, I killed Legion because he jumped on my back and then I shot him with something. I think Tali shot him with a shotgun. So
I thought Tali was already dead at that point.
I redid it. I redid it on the PlayStation, so I didn't have all this shit done. Because I originally killed Tali on Xbox, so the PS3 one, everyone was alive because I checked online.
What did everybody think of Diana Hours? Can I just ask?
What, Jessica Chobot?
Yeah, like
couldn't give a shit. I saw her once.
One of the most pointless characters in the game.
I kept forgetting about it, and every once in a while I'd be down that deck and be like, oh yeah, there's another room here, and I'd walk in, I'd be like, oh, I forgot about this character. I completely forgot about her.
I was trying to find the armory to change my armor because I was like halfway through the game. I thought I should probably change it, and I couldn't find it for ages. And she was there. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about you.
She's really like not needed at all.
I think I punched her at one point because that's what Shepard is.
Did you get the DLC where you get to see the last remaining person, the green man?
Gavrik? What's his name? Jared. How do you
pronounce it?
Let's call him Jared.
Javik.
Javik?
Yeah,
was
Javik. Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be Jamaican.
You see?
That was my biggest shock in the entire game. It just comes out as Jamaican accent. I was like,
I didn't even notice that.
Okay.
I took that as Promethean.
Since we were talking about how much people I were punching, I thought you were going to say, have you got the DLC where you just punch people? I'm like, that would be the best DLC. Everyone will always hear just in a line. Brings the elusive man back to life.
Oh, wow.
Admiral Black Guy dies.
But I got him. I think I'm the original. Did I get him no? When I played my first playthrough Mass Effect 3, I got all the DLC but that one. But the next time I went through, I got that one. And I love when I think you talk to Joker, and he's going about Liara. It's like, was Liara jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl when she met Javik? And the conversations between Javik and Liara are actually quite amusing because Liara has like this mind of like how amazing the race is, and she's like, oh, maybe they're not.
It is like, oh, maybe it's a scientist just comes out as just the one of revenge. He is the only person in their entire race who is like revolved around revenge, and it's just like, I want to kill people. Oh,
sounds like my character.
Do you know how to build this thing? No.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows nothing. He's not really useful. He's just a soldier, really.
Yeah. I haven't used him once since I actually got him.
I used him a few times. He is actually some of the funniest one-liners ever. Because he just hates everything. So he'll just like, there's a bit in the Mass Effect Citadel DLC where like Shepard basically. Are you gonna play the Citadel DLC?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I think that's the next thing I'm gonna do.
I don't want to spoil it because it's an amazing twist. But Shepard's yelling at someone saying, "I'll throw you out of the airlock," and then Javik is like, "Finally!" Like He's like, finally someone listens to me. I'm all out of the airlock.
Oh god.
I thought he wasn't actually. I find him an interesting character. Like he wasn't. He's probably the best. I liked Kasumi, Kasami, or whatever her name is. I liked her a fair bit, but I didn't mind Jarvik. He's quite amusing and he's quite interesting to talk to. And he actually has more stuff to say in Mass Effect 3. He's like a proper fleshed out DLC character.
May I just ask, how many companions did everyone have? Because I had 4 throughout the entire game.
What, Mass Effect 3?
Yeah, I only had 4.
You had 4? You meant to have 2, 4, 6. You meant to have 8. Did you
Well,
well, the ones. Oh no, not meant to have 8. You meant to have 5. Sorry. There is.
oh, missed one.
Yeah. So you can either have Caden or Ashley, depending on who you say. Mass Effect 1. I had Caden, and then suddenly he was all like gay and trying to sleep with me, and I was like, I don't want to talk to Caden anymore because literally, I just wanted to be like bros with Caden, and literally every single conversation was like, it's weird in the Mass Effect universe. If you go and talk to a character, the game automatically interprets that you want to bang that character.
Yes.
And Caden is like the most wussy bitch ever in Mass Effect 3, and he just wants to just sleep with you and in the end I had to continually avoid getting too close to Caden just because I was worried I would accidentally romance him.
According to the tinsel, you get 6 squad members, and one of them's
Caden,
Caden looks
Talizora, Liara, Garrus,
Edie.
James. Oh, I hate James. Ashley, Javik, and then Edie.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't get Javik. That's the one you didn't have, Colin.
Yeah.
Who were the people you chose to take out all the time then?
I used Tali and actually originally until because doesn't Tali come she comes near the end kind of Mass Effect 3? She's at the back of Mass Effect 3.
I don't think I ever got Tali.
I think you have to choose between Ashley and Caden, obviously.
Yeah, I had Caden. I never used Caden. And
depending on the outcome of Suicide Mission in Mass Effect 2, you can have Tali or Garrus, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's Javik, who is the download.
Yeah, and
I never went back to get Ashley, so yeah, I had James, Garrus, Liara, and Edie.
Well, the ones I always used was Garrus and Liara until I got Tali. Then I tended to use Liara and Tali after a lot of it, which is I just used Garrus and Liara. Liara had a perk, I think it was, to make cooldown on biotics go much faster. So I was like 1 second cooldown. Yeah. The interesting thing is, the next time I played through it, I played with more different characters, and James actually has before missions and sometimes after missions, there tends to be some dialogue between you and the 2 other characters, and James actually is quite funny if you have Garrus with you, because they're both sort of soldier boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're all it's quite actually quite good. James has got. I think James, for me, the first time I played through, I wasn't really impressed with him. The second time, I liked him more. But he's quite sort of blank, sort of slate.
James just reminds me of like a Jersey Shore character.
Yeah, he's generic. He's basically a generic spaceman. So
yeah,
he's not. But not at school. Yeah.
It's kind of a shame that it's a bit hard to bring in a new character like that late in the saga and expect them to be really in depth. Though they also had the driver, which was quite interesting. They actually got to speak to the guy that was driving you everywhere. And he died on my game actually. I thought he always died. Apparently he actually can live, which I found out when I played it for the second time.
Won't surprise me if he died on mine.
Well, I forgot about him. I did the same thing. I just completely forgot about him. Never went and spoke to him because he was in the part of the ship because they added an extra layer in Mass Effect 3, and I was so used to Mass Effect 2 because I literally just played Mass Effect 2 and then went straight to Mass Effect 3. And I kept forgetting about that whole layer of shit that you could even go down to it.
Yeah.
Did you ever catch the hamster?
Yes, I got.
The hamster. This is very off topic.
Yes, if you can catch the hamster on the ship, which was awesome.
Yeah. It's like a little Easter egg that there's just a hamster running around in the engine bay.
Yeah.
And you can just pick it up if you get it at the right time when you're searching for the ship models.
I'm quite happy about getting my space hamster back.
Yeah. Did you ever fully play out the Leviathan DLC?
Yes, I played all the DLCs, and the Leviathan one was the with the exploring the actual species, right?
It was exploring. I think it was like a Reaper that wasn't a Reaper.
It was
Per
the
se,
first species. It was what the Reapers based
Yeah.
themselves off.
Yeah.
Is this the Mass Effect 3 DLC?
Yeah. It basically
Okay.
explains the Reapers.
It's quite interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I'll check my emails.
Well,
But I quite enjoyed the going back to the laboratory all the time and having to use different things to get clues. That was quite good.
I really enjoyed that. I had Edie there with you, which was
Yeah.
Edie was quite good in that. I think James turns up partway through and says,
Yeah.
couple
There's that head that you can touch and it screams.
Yeah.
And James just stands there going, "This thing's amazing," just like slaps it and it just screams at you.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing he ever did in the entire game for me.
Well, at least he did something. Well, the good thing about that DLC was because it literally explores where the Reapers came from. It explores the species that created the Reapers, and there's like 3 of them or something there. And you go down the sea, and you actually meet them, which is really kind of creepy and awesome at the same time. And when I played that, I was like, everything makes sense now. It explains why the Reapers are doing what the Reapers are doing. Like, the Reapers are so badly explained in just the general game. Like, why are they invading? Why are they killing everyone? It's like, I don't know.
Just something to do.
Yeah.
Just to fill the time.
So, I was quite happy that they properly explained it. Apparently, there was some stuff. They said they did an interview on BioWare where apparently there was certain restrictions on the actual game itself, with both Mass Effect 2 and 3, where they couldn't actually do what they properly wanted to do. So that's what they used the DLCs to do. They properly explain some stuff. So that's why the DLCs were kind of like that with the Arrival and was it From Ashes? Is that what it's called? Oh, no, the Leviathan.
One of them is
Leviathan is that. From Ashes is the one with the Promethean.
Yeah.
The Day 1 DLC.
That was kind of dumb. When I found out when it was actually Day 1 DLC and
it was on disc.
Yeah. that kind of pissed me off. That's a bit stupid.
Yeah.
The Omega DLC for Mass Effect 3 was probably the worst
I
one.
just finished that and I actually quite liked it.
I liked
it. wasn't the best.
Yeah, if you like combat in Mass Effect 3, it's fine. But there's literally like 3 dialogue choices or something. There's not a lot of dialogue in it. Which is kind of saddening because I wanted more of Arya just speaking more. And you do get to meet a female Turian, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I had never seen a female Turian, I'm sure, except for there might have been one in the first one, I'm not sure.
No, it was the first time you ever got to see a female one.
She looks completely different to the male ones, in my opinion.
Yeah, she does.
It's like, I think it should look pretty good. I think they should have had that as a model throughout the game, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I guess in Mass Effect 3 you got to meet a female. What was the other? What's sort of species Rex and Grunter?
Krogans.
Yeah, you get to meet a female Krogan. You never get to see that. Did you get to see her face? Oh yeah, you get to see her face.
Yeah.
And you get to meet a female Taurian in the DLC. Which is quite cool. But also the Citadel DLC is the best DLC. If you've never played Mass Effect 3 before and you're going through it, play the Citadel DLC before you get to the ending, like just before the ending, the final bit where you can't go back or whatever. You play that there because it's just complete fanfare. That as anyone that's ever liked the Mass Effect series, all the characters come out and like all the companions you've met that are still alive in your game, from all the games will come out and be there in the whole DLC. It's so funny. Like, it is ridiculously funny. I laughed my head off so much in that DLC. It's like, you know how science fiction shows go complete bonkers for like one episode when it's like a special episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that. The main enemy of this DLC is hilarious. And then the DLC sort of ends, like the story of the main thing ends, but then you get a party you actually get to throw a party because you get Captain Anderson's apartment, like he gives it to you, and so you actually have this huge apartment which is like filled with all sorts of stuff in it, and you get to throw a party, and before the party there's a bunch of stuff you ring everyone on the phone, and you talk to people, you talk to every single character. There's a whole area to explore and little mini games that you do, and you can talk to all the characters there. I'm sure Connor found another funny picture.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy.
And then you throw the party, and it's like if you romance Tali, and Tali gets completely wasted, and it's really funny, and she somehow gets like, a tattoo somewhere. I don't know how, but like, it is actually really fun. And then they all like there's a giant like group photo at the end. You get a cool photo, and then there's like the aftermatch of the party, depending if you get a relaxed party or like a full-on drunken party. And it's quite funny seeing all the characters properly interact. Especially when everyone starts dancing and Rex just standing there going, "Progress, don't dance," which was quite good. What was some like I think the games starts like I think he starts making fun of biotics, and I think Liara like full on picks him up in midair, and tosses him around or something. It was quite good, and it's such a good DLC. And I love there's a bit near the end where you break a fish tank at this like sushi restaurant, and all the characters like at some stage of the game they'll mention something about that like how you broke the ceiling of like the whole store, and I know there's a romance scene with Tali, how she's like apparently she saw looking at stupid pictures.
Tell me not to look at it.
Apparently Tali saw she was going about how she saw this restaurant, and one day she said to herself, you know, she would actually get in there because they would never let what's this, the Aquarian in there, and then she's like, then someone went and blew it up. It looks like Shepard. Which is quite good. And also if you've romanced with Tali, she actually sings, which is actually quite good. It's not like the funny sort of modern thing, it's a bit more like meaningful and stuff like that, but it's really nice though.
So should just come out with I'm on a boat. I'm on a motherfucking boat. That's singing Lonely Island songs.
Yeah. But I love that's probably my whole fate of all the whole Mass Effect 3, just all the Mass Effect games. My favorite thing is just that DLC. So.
Yeah. Can I talk about the many problems? No.
Oh sure.
Mass Effect 3.
Connor's moaning hour.
Well, alright, let's start. But it's been on for
an
hour and a half. Yeah. So this 2.5. Right. The weapons. I chose the Sentinel because I thought, oh, she's got biotics, and I went all the way through the game, with pistol and submachine gun. I liked that. That was all right. And now I can suddenly use every single weapon I want, which I did not like. Like if I wanted to do that, then I'd be the soldier. And as we pointed out earlier, there's no point to being a soldier anymore. So
I think you just got really overpowered as a soldier, which is not bad.
Yeah. Although I still used the pistol because it was 0 weight, so then my biotics was like ridiculously fast, as I said.
Yeah, I think biotics are a bit overpowered. I think that's in Mass Effect 3. I think if you're a biotic, it's quite easy to game. You can just spam biotics.
There's also a shotgun you can get with the pistol, and it's 0 weight, so you just get really close with that. That's one hit kill, and it's quite ridiculous.
Well, one thing I don't think when I played Mass Effect, I think the combat for me definitely improved in number 2 and 3, but overall the combat was never the main focus of me. Like if I think of Mass Effect, I don't really think of the combat. I just it's sort of the bits in between the story. So
yeah, so 3 is a bit more streamlined, but I don't like it because, well, on the controller, on the PS3 controller, you all know what it looks like. Well, X is just run and cover, which is a pain in the fucking ass because when you try to run, you start rolling as well, and then you try to roll into cover, and then you're like, right, X because it's slow like that. And then you come out of cover, then you die by the Geth Prime because there's 3 of them after you, and they won't let you get into cover for some reason. It's a real pain in the arse.
I think on the PC,
you can change them, can't you?
Well, yeah, but I know the default controls. It really mucked me up because with Mass Effect 1 and 2, it completely changed. Like, just E was... I don't think E no more was the open stuff. Something like that. Like, it completely...
Well, in the first one, it was shift was sprint.
Yeah.
And then it changed to space being sprint.
Yeah.
And activate things and go into cover. And it was like, why is space so important?
It worked. But...
It
mucked me up.
Difficult to transition to that is a bit difficult.
Yeah. Well, in Mass Effect 3, I think it was the same though with Mass Effect 2.
The third one, you need to go into cover a lot more than you did on 2.
Yeah.
Because there's more enemies being thrown at you. Because it's just an action game now, basically.
Not.
Well, you can choose at the beginning, which I found ridiculous. So it's like, you can have an action game where it makes all the decisions for you, an RPG, or you can just go be there for the story. It's like, I want to be there for all 3. I want to make my own decisions. I want the action bits as well. And it makes you choose. And it's like, what? No. Because it makes it seem like the different things, like different. Well, you get your story. That like, oh yeah, all the gunplay is going to be fucking shit. And
it's just the gunplay is just easy. That's all it is.
It confused. I don't want it to be easy though. That's the thing. I just want it to be Mass Effect 2.
You can have
I want it to be Mass Effect 2.
To me, it is. It's basically everything Mass Effect 2 was. Like, it took everything I did not like in Mass Effect 2 and just got it better. Like, the things I didn't like in Mass Effect 2 was one thing with all the companions. They never interacted with each other unless they were sometimes on missions together. On the ship, they're all just in their own rooms. Mass Effect 3, after every single mission, if you go look around, most likely there's a conversation between 2 crew members somewhere, which is really like and sometimes you can't even join in the conversation, and all you can do is just listen to it, and it's really actually like interesting to see the characters interact with each other than just the character and Shepard. I really love that.
Yeah.
How they added that.
Yeah. Even Javik, the DLC, had full-blown conversations with every part of the team.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that BioWare are bad at doing stories. They're really good at the stories and they like talking and that. It's just Mass Effect 3 is a disappointment. it was a disappointment.
To me, it's a good game. It's probably to me, it's the best game.
They fixed the glitch. But there's some other stuff as well, and I can't remember any of it.
Good.
You killed the elusive man.
There is an ending where you don't kill him.
I just shot him because he was evil. Although
I wish I shot him straight away because he went and shot Anderson. I didn't even know that. Like, apparently Anderson can live for a bit longer. I was like, what? Can he?
And then he just dies after you shoot him. But my Renegade was quite high, but I still didn't have enough to get the last few options. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, actually, my Paragon was like full. It was full, and I couldn't actually get him to not kill himself or shoot Anderson. Like, you can actually talk him down. You can physically talk the guy down. Apparently, I didn't know enough Paragon points to do that, and I went full Paragon. And apparently, it's like, no. I was like, well.
When you're Renegade, it's quite funny. She's like, you're worthless. You have not controlled them. They've controlled you. Like that. And
it's quite dude turning funny. Around on a chair with a little cat. That's basically what you are.
Well, that cat that's next to me on that side, or that side, that's the cat that I'm going to turn around with. Yeah. And the thing, the morality I didn't like, because I was full Renegade on the second one, and I was like, yes, evil bastard. And then in the second one, it's all in one. The third one rather, it's all in one gauge, and I didn't understand it because there's a tiny bit of Paragon, it's a massive Renegade. I thought it meant that Paragon had also exceeded the Renegade bar.
No,
I'm like, how does that work?
No, it also fills up. You have a set bar, and you only fill it up with stuff. And if it gets filled up with a bit of Paragon, it's like there, like a bit, like for permanent. So that's
it confused me.
I eventually worked out, but it confused me for a bit too.
I googled it. What the fuck's happened? And another thing I don't like, the fact that you just leave Cerberus, they don't really explain it unless it's in the DLC. It's like, I like Cerberus.
They explain at the end of Mass Effect 2.
Well, for the humans. I can't remember the end of Mass Effect 2. It was years ago.
He's like,
well,
doesn't that happen?
I can kind of remember the end of the second one.
I was nice to the elusive man though. I saved it for him.
Oh,
I thought he'd be nice.
See, I don't know how that goes then, because I know with my one, if you blow it up, he's really mad with you, and Shepard's like, fuck you, walks off like a badass.
Yeah.
I know if Shepard, because Shepard can die in Mass Effect 2, and
He puts some sunglasses on. He's like, meow, like in
Mass Effect
NCIS.
2, Shepard can die, and it's actually Joker in that scene that walks in, which is kind of interesting. And he's
like, fuck you, elusive man.
Well, no, Joker's sort of like, I don't know what to do now. And so just stands off to the distance of waiting the attack on the arena. So, yeah. No, you can't load that save into Mass Effect 3, obviously. It's a little bit disappointing. That's the only storyline you actually can't continue with.
You couldn't, you just play as Joker. Like, don't know what to do!
Actually, it was quite cool playing Joker in Mass Effect 2 for that little short, brief moment. Even though I fucked up 3 times in a row when I got mad at it. I fucked up the ending, like near the end of the bit, like I moved too quickly, and when like they were going past the stairs or something, then it reset me all the way back to talking to Eve.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that was a bad checkpoint.
Oh dear.
Oh, it was good, that bit, really.
Yeah, that was quite a good bit.
I've just found myself a new background.
I'm not going to look at it all.
Oh no, I didn't send you that.
I am having an intellectual conversation.
Oh, okay. Actually, in the end, which character did, like, for over the 3 games you first played through, what were your romances? Or did it, like, stick to one?
Didn't have any.
I had Liara the entire
The game kept ending. I think from the graphic novel, I probably picked Liara or Ashley. Probably Liara.
Just stick with Liara. Even if you don't know, just say it was Liara.
On the way with Ashley, because you were really pissed off that I didn't like, that I was really mean to her in Mass Effect 2. Because she was being a right bitch. I'm like, fuck off.
In Mass Effect 2, it makes sense. Kaiden's character works for the being pissed off at Shepard when you have that interaction there. But in Mass Effect 2, you meet Ashley. If you saved Ashley, you meet her for a bit, and she has the same reaction as Kaiden. But her character does not fit that reaction of like being really mad at Shepard for no reason. Like, it works for Kaiden's character, but not Ashley's.
It's because it's first Cerberus, obviously, isn't it? But
yeah, but
then it's like you see him in 3 and they're like, oh, I don't know.
No, Kaiden isn't. Kaiden completely complains the whole time. It's like, he does not like, I was just yelling at Kaiden. I kept telling Kaiden just to shut up because he kept going on about how he did, like, suspected Shepard. And I ended up, actually, Mass Effect 3, there was big decisions in that too. You know the bit with
Ashley might do that.
What's his name? The counselor. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's really corrupt or something.
Did you automatically shoot him? Because that's what I did. Because I was not going to wait for Kaiden to bloody finally work it all out. I just ended up shooting
shot him
instantly. Well, it's either you shoot him, or I think apparently either Kaiden or Ashley will shoot him. But I just shot him because it was a lot more, easy to explain everything. I was worried you'd get
I remember that bit because I had the controller on my knee. I'm like, alright, this will be fine. I could just get my map thing. And then I saw that, I'm like, shit! Dropped it everywhere, like throwing it around it. And I got it, and I shot him. I'm like, oh, okay, that was a bit anticlimactic. Shot a guy. Ashley's now a Spectre. I never get to see her again.
But did she become a companion?
No, she never. She went to hospital, and then I never visited her.
Oh my God.
Well, it takes too long to load on PS3 rather.
Oh yeah, apparently
so I'm
really
like,
bad loading times on the consoles. PC was fine.
Well, the worst part of the entire game, and I think most people will agree, is that you got taken into the war council a bit where you saw your assets, and then on the way out there's them men like, oh, we need to scan you, and a woman as well. It's like, oh, we need to scan you.
It's 2 women.
Yeah, it's 2 women talking. They always have a conversation.
It's 2 women, and they're just like, oh, we need to scan your way through, and it takes forever. It's like,
Well, to me, I was actually okay there because I was okay with that because every single time the only times I really ever went in there was when I was exiting, and they always had some sort of conversation between the two, and I was interested in the conversation. Next time I was playing through it, I hated it because I just wanted to get through it already.
I wasn't interested. I was just like, I need to finish this game by Saturday. And so it's making me play LOL. No.
I have gone addiction. It's amazing.
But
well, so you stuck with Liara the whole time. I didn't like.
Yep.
I didn't like Liara in Mass Effect 3. Her romance story with Shepard's really weird. It like halfway through, at one point she says, you're a good friend, Shepard." You're like, "Wait, what? We're friends now? What happened?" Like she
good friend with benefit.
But no, but she just says friend. Like she hasn't she just full on friends on you, even though you're you stuck with her all the way from
Yeah.
1 and 2, and it made no sense
See,
whatsoever.
I had that same problem with a different game, where I was romancing someone, and it actually worked this time. The game did not end, but I was on Persona 4, and I romanced Yukiko. And she just talks to you like normal, and then I'm like, "What? I thought we were in a relationship. You told me you loved me and made me nearly cry." And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." And then she's like, "Hey, you're a good friend. I'm going to give you these chocolates for being a friend." I'm like, "What? No!" And then she's like, and then I just get a call list like, "Hey, do you want to come around to my boyfriend?" I'm like, "Oh, fucking hell!" You're so I'm so confused. Yeah. Well, she never says boyfriends in fairness. She's like, "I love you," and she just keeps saying it to you. It's really weird. But I love you, Kiko. She's good. But back to Mass Effect. I hate everyone in Mass Effect 3. They killed Miranda. Miranda died. They did.
On my game, they didn't kill Miranda.
The dad killed her. I was very annoyed.
How does Miranda... what's Miranda's... There's a quest for Miranda. I don't remember what it is.
The
She's
dad's got the daughter.
Yeah.
The dad's got the daughter in the original one, but he's actually got it this time. So you shoot him in the arm. She uses biotics, and then I think you shoot him again, and you're like, "This is for Miranda, you bitch." I know it. When you kill the kid, the spy guy that everyone hates.
Yeah.
That you're on about earlier. Yeah. You kill him. He's like, "This is for Miranda." Boom. He dies. It's like,
Well, on my game, Miranda killed her father and then saved her sister.
She used biotics and just died. Didn't know what happened. I'm like, what?
I think you need a higher loyalty with her to get successful.
I talked to her about the old second game. I don't know.
Did you talk to her in the third game?
I couldn't fucking find her. It's like, "Oh, I can find you. I'll type in my email."
There was one thing where you get after you interact with the character, and that's in a side quest you do. You can find all the characters in Mass Effect 2 that aren't main characters. They're all in there. You can go and find Jack and stuff. But you have to, as soon as you get an email from them about them being on the Citadel, you have to go straight away. Otherwise, they just disappear. I never found Jack. But everyone else I found, because I did for my second playthrough. I never found Jack. I
never found Jack, and I'm looking at a picture. She's got hair, but there's this part where it says, "Oh my god, it's Jack," and she's died for some reason. I'm like, what? No, Jack was nice.
She wasn't exactly nice, but
she was a pain in the start.
Yeah.
It was worse when you had to pick between Miranda and Jack.
Or you could, if you had high enough Paragon, you could do both. But,
I'm pretty sure Connor played the game just very
I told them both
differently than everyone else. Yeah.
I told them both to shut up, and they're just like,
because you can lose your loyalty with them if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
I haven't played it wrong. I played it my own way. Being a jackass to everyone. There was a part in the Garrus mission on Secondum where you had to get a code or something to get over to there. Shot him. Oh no, I electrocuted him with an electrocute thing that I found. So I just just died.
Garrus?
No, one of the guys guarding the bridge to Garrus. So, as he was not Archangel.
Actually, I regretted the second time I played through it, even though I was still playing a goody two shoes. I did that to that guy because that robot's a pain in the ass to kill. and slightly damaged if you do that to him, which is very helpful. It makes that boss, like mini boss battle, a lot more easier.
Second one's a good game, third one's not. I think that's a conclusion.
I like all of them.
Yeah, I like all of them. I think Mass Effect 1 would be my least favorite just because it's probably the most it's slightly outdated when I played it.
I haven't played all of Mass Effect 1 yet.
But I really loved Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect 2. Probably, I know for a fact I'm going to end this and there'll be stuff I forgot to talk about. There's so much.
There is so much.
There's so many decisions in Mass Effect 3 that, you see so many wrap-ups to the stuff you did in Mass Effect 2 and 1. And it's really nice little reward there. It was cool seeing like extra characters like Kelly and stuff turn up. There's a bunch of characters in the refugee camp that would turn up.
Yeah.
I think we'll end this and you'll go, oh my god, I forgot to talk about Oleg Prestrovsky.
Also, when I ended up playing, because when I started playing Mass Effect 3 again the second time through, when I had played all the Mass Effect 2 DLC, Kasumi and Zaid turn up, and Kasumi's quest is quite good.
I never found Kasumi. I found Zaid.
There's a side quest, which is a Spectre quest. Like, this Spectre comes up to you, and he wants you to basically just go around to cameras or sort of info bits, and you have to go and collect info. And apparently, you know those jellyfish dudes? The jellyfish.
The Hana.
Yeah, the Hanai. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them has been like, what do you call it when they're converted? Like they're converted from the Reapers or something. They've lost their minds.
Oh.
I can't remember what I can't remember what it's actually called.
I know what you're.
Is it?
No, it's not that. As in, like, it's not the elusive man and stuff is. You know, they don't think straight anymore.
Indoctrinated.
Indoctrinated, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. So the big jellyfish was indoctrinated, and he was basically he's going to let all the Hana defenses down on their planet.
Yeah.
And the first time I played through it, I think I saved the dude, and then all the Hana defenses were destroyed. If you have Kasumi there, you save the guy, and then Kasumi rushes over and saves the Hana defenses too, which is quite handy. And then she pretends to die because that's the other, what do you call it? What's Shepard again? Starts with S or whatever.
A human Spectre.
Spectre. Yeah, the other Spectre has been trying to catch her for ages, and so she pretends to be dead. And Shepard's like, she did the right thing or whatever, and the dude's like, oh, okay. And then Shepard looks at the ground going, get up, and she's like, how could you tell? Which is quite good. Also, she's really funny in the Citadel DLC because at the party she keeps scaring everyone because she can go invisible. And is it Taylor? Is that the person that helps you right through Mass Effect 3? She's the lesbian, which is kind of annoying. It's the only. He's like, damn it, I can't romance her because she's only into women.
Who helps you throughout? Lesbian. Diana Ellis.
No, you can romance her for like no reason. She's really ugly though.
Yeah.
Isn't she like completely modelled off the real person as well?
Yeah,
Probably,
Jessica Philbot from IGN. Well, she was from IGN. I think she quit because everyone hated her for it.
But yeah, I remember right through the party, Kasumi will scare Taylor for it. And you're sending more funny pictures, aren't you?
I'm not. I just saw a person's face and it's terrifying. Called Anne Bryson. Her picture is terrifying.
Anything else you can actually, I completely forgot about Taylor until now. She was quite a good character, actually, I thought.
Who's this?
The girl that she's basically the replacement for Kelly in Mass Effect 3.
Yes.
Though unlike Kelly, she's actually an interesting character. Yeah.
Gabrielle, no.
She doesn't talk very much compared to Thingy.
It's an engineer.
No, I don't know. If you talk to her, she seems to.
Oh, she's called Samantha Trinor.
Trainer.
Trainer. Okay, I'm saying Taylor.
Trinor.
It's Trainer. I'm getting that wrong. Yeah, Trainer. You always call her Trainer. Yeah, I talk to her a lot. I don't know.
Whenever I try to speak to her, she just says, You have no messages. Like I'm talking to my blooming answer phone. It's ridiculous.
But she talks to me a lot, and you can play chess with her and stuff. I'm guessing if you're a woman, you can probably advance it past chess. I think there's a shower or something.
You can advance it past chest.
Yeah.
Well, let's say that the picture is just...
Oh yeah, you can, because I think there's a sign. There's a bit where she's in the shower.
Yeah, there's a shower thing. Also, at the Citadel Party DLC, you find out that she's attracted to, like, synthetics. And there's a really funny conversation between Edie and her, which is so awkward. And the whole time, Tali's also in this conversation, and she's talking about cheese to try and, like, distract herself from the conversation. Which is just hilarious. And Shepard's just standing there, just like, just saying anything the whole conversation. But like, it's just a really funny conversation between Edie and the trainer. And I just love how Tali's like, cheese, you know, just saying a random fact about cheese. Just trying to not listen. And Taylor's getting, trainer's getting so embarrassed at the whole thing.
I don't think there's much more that we've talked about, except for like the indoctrination theory, if we want to go into that theory.
What would be that theory? What's that theory?
The theory that in the arrival, because you get hit by the thing, it turns out you've been indoctrinated all the way through Mass Effect 3, and that's why you keep seeing that kid. And it turns out the Reapers have always had control of you throughout.
I thought it was just because Matt. I think Shepard was just stronger, not to be indoctrinated. I think that's probably the real thing. I guess it's possible that he was indoctrinated. Like he's not like he destroys them, so he can't be properly indoctrinated.
Well, it depends what you shoot. Oh wait, no, well, they always die. But that really depends on. Like, if you want, people came up with it so they could save the ending of Mass Effect 3 because it's shit.
I feel it's fine. I'm happy with it. I kind of wish I chose to destroy or reap the red ending. I kind of wish I destroyed that. I actually probably prefer. I suppose if they'll pick a canon ending, that would probably be the canon ending.
I like the original rather than the director's cut ones that came out because they're shit. I like the original ones where it's like, ooh, imagination. But people don't like imagination, so they complained.
So you wanted to talk about Mass Effect 4 before?
Yeah. It's not like a whole lot, but it was just the whole... I was wondering what you'd be playing as.
A sheep, I told you.
You don't play sheep.
Is he named Sean?
And I wondered if any of the characters would be in there, or any ones that were mentioned before. Because I thought that'd be quite cool.
Well, they're all dead, so no.
Well,
I know, but
it depends.
Well, that's mine.
Like if you've played it properly, and all your characters are alive, it depends on how. Like if they said it after the events of Mass Effect 3,
that's not gonna
potentially like if they said 100 years after, most of the characters won't be alive, but the Asari live for like 1,000 years, so you can see like her again. Was it Liara? You can see Liara again.
She's dead. She's dead.
Of course she is. Who else? Like it depends. Like when you set it. Like Samantha could pop up again. Any of the Asari could pop up again. I'm not sure. Do you know how long the Turians like similar lifespan to humans, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they were pretty similar to humans.
Yeah, and then the insect dudes were all like they only lived for like 40 years or something.
Yeah.
Well, if it's set after Mass Effect 3, and like you said, the canon ending would probably be the red one. Yeah. The red one destroys all the mass relays, so it's not going to be that interesting, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it does. Well, I guess 100 years later, they could have invented interspace travel some other way. So.
Like, the green ending where everyone's happy, there could be like someone unhappy in the world, so
I think the green
they have to go kill them with smiles.
I think the green ending, the relays aren't actually destroyed. So yeah, I think they have said your choices in Mass Effect 3 will influence the next game. I think they did actually say that.
I hope so. I like that.
All the choices, all the choices you made throughout the saga apparently will have some influence. I'm not sure how much.
But I said that on Mass Effect 3, and there's not very much there. The ending just.
There is. Rushed through. Apparently, you rushed through it and killed everyone. Of course, there's not much there. You killed half the storyline by killing everyone.
mean to kill everyone. I kicked someone off my ship, killed Legion. Miranda just miraculously died from using biotics, which pissed me off. I'm like, no, I liked her. I wanted to romance her in this game. Even though she looks worse in this game than she does in second.
Actually, Ashley, did you see how much Ashley changed in
Ashley
Mass
looks
3?
terrible.
I know, she goes from a hard ass like soldier to like a pretty girl with makeup all on. Like she's like over like let's be a model now. I'm a pretty soldier.
Barbie's now in soldier range. That'd be funny. Yeah. I couldn't really give a shit because I hate Ashley, but you know, she's okay. I didn't like Caden from the little bit in this graphic novel that I read.
Caden's...
I just didn't like him anyway.
Got read out to me.
Overall, I don't like Ashley or Caden that much. I murdered Ashley because actually the main reason I murdered Ashley was the fact that she was like getting upset that I was hitting on Liara. So she can't get upset anymore if she's dead. So
you sound worse than me. I don't have motives to take behind mine.
Also, the other thing I thought of is with Mass Effect 1, the choice there, you can either just save like I think Ashley's like on her own or something, defending. I think most of the crew down there is dead, or you can save Caden and his squad and the insect dudes. Like there's a whole squad of insect dudes that are like helping out, and if you go and save Ashley, they just all die. And they actually don't like you for that very much later on in Mass Effect 3. There's a option, but in Mass Effect 3 I saved them because that was the other reason I chose Caden, because I wanted to save the other dudes too. Because I thought I'll save more people than just one. More for instead of save many instead of just one individual. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And later on, the dude thanked me and gave me more war assets, so that was nice of him.
I didn't have much war assets. That's why everyone died.
You don't know how.
I got to give it last mission. I'm like, yes, finally, I'm going to finish this by Saturday. And then I finished it, and then we didn't have the podcast. But then again, so let's go like in an hour. So the fact that now we're doing it for 2 hours, and have very bored people. Yeah. This is all for you.
Was there any characters, like extra characters, that you really liked that you remember?
Oh, Dr. Chakwas. I liked her.
Yeah, she was cool. You could have like a bottle of whiskey or whatever with her. I thought you could actually. I thought at one point you would actually be able to romance her. It seemed like it was going that way. Yeah, no.
She got vaporized for me. I forgot.
No, she can't get vaporized. I think she's the only character.
She's the only one who survives.
Yeah, she's the one that
every
always
time.
survives. Yeah.
Oh. Why didn't I save my receptionist instead? She could have died for like. I know my worst character is.
Who?
Is Admiral Hackett.
What?
He's the one that makes you start in that. He's the one that makes you start in the war asset room, and then I have to go through the.
I really love Hackett. He's a cool character. I also read like how they have like huge index of all the characters and stuff, and in Mass Effect 3, I'm not sure about Mass Effect 2 or 1. They actually have like for the main ones, there's just a dude reading it out for you. And I sat there for ages just listening to this guy read all the info and all like everything. It was really interesting to me. And I think Rex, like he's a temporary sort of character in Mass Effect 2 and 3. He's such a good character. Like Rex is amazing. He has so many just funny lines, and he's like so genuine and always happy to see Shepard. He respects Shepard and all that, and he's
I like it when you're going on Grunt's loyalty mission.
Yeah.
When you walk in, and he's just like so happy to see you. It's like the best thing ever.
You get loyalty mission in the third one.
Second run for.
Second one.
Oh. You don't in the third one at all then. Damn.
No, he's in the third one.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, he plays with the genophage cure. He's the main character unless he's already dead. He's the main. Otherwise, it's his brother that's there. His brother in my game, his brother was never like he just randomly died. Like he was in one scene in my game. Well, he dies no matter what. He was in the other car, which the worm eats. And literally, he was in one scene before that where he like yelled at Rex, and then he just died in like a couple of scenes later.
Rex, you bastard!
No, all happens is Rex says good riddance, and then they just move on. I was like, well, that could have mean a lot in my story.
I also really liked the Rachni Queen. She was in all three of the games, kind of, and I just loved it.
Number 2.
Yeah, she's mentioned in number 2, but that's it.
Yeah.
I killed her.
Go away, Connor.
Connor, I think you played the. You see, like
Connor just kills everything. It's just like.
It feels like a.
No, whatever.
I don't think Connor saw half the story of Mass Effect Saga. Like literally half of the Mass Effect Saga, I think. On
Skips.
Yeah, Connor got angry because you have the option to get rid of the dialogue, then skips all the dialogue.
Because I needed
just to kill people.
And I am still heartbroken that the elusive man died. I am very heartbroken.
There is a way not to kill him, but you renegade, so you can't do that.
So all in all, Mass Effect 3 is you die, all your friends die, everyone you ever loved will die. That is Mass Effect 3 in a nutshell.
That's if you're Connor, yeah.
Yeah. If you play the game right, renegade, then
Can you get a good ending being a renegade? Can you get enough all assets while killing everyone off at the same time? I don't.
It's probably possible if you're not such a dickhead like I am. I don't know, because I kicked some Cheerios off my ship, so that might have like them down again. I don't know. I can't remember most of that game.
I don't think Connor paid attention to all Mass Effect 3. He's like, yeah, just shoot some guns, skip some cutscenes. Yeah, I'm done.
He was just shooting some guys with a pistol.
Connor, you rushed through the game so you could talk about the game. Did you not think that'd go badly?
He can't talk about it now because he skipped all of it.
I'm looking at this, I'm like, who the fuck is Oleg? That's my question.
Who?
Oh, dear me.
It's like, Oleg
Petrovsky, isn't he the one that you kill at the end of the Omega DLC?
Oleg Petrovsky is a Cerberus general.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's actually pretty good, like, he's an actual generally, like, kind of good character.
Yeah, I let him live.
I didn't let him live just so I could get that kiss scene, because I just wanted to see it.
He's in Omega, yeah, that's probably why I didn't see him.
I didn't want him to die after I'd done it the first time, so I went back again and I lived.
I didn't want him to die, but I just wanted to get that scene.
Have to have the kiss.
And then there's the other really infamous character called Mysterious Figure.
I've been looking at that and I don't remember that person.
It's like the Mysterious Figure is an individual who hires a mercenary group to assassinate Commander Shepard whilst they are on shore leave in 2186. I can't remember that.
I don't remember this. Oh, no, that's the Citadel DLC. Don't look at that unless you want to completely spoil it. Yeah. The mysterious figure is someone that you may not expect, and it's quite a surprise and quite good.
I found out what it is just now.
Don't say it.
Through the voice actors. No.
No, you don't need to say it's the voice actors. It's the films, whatever. Okay. I think one thing I did like, I just popped in my head is we're talking about the Leviathan DLC. At the beginning of the Leviathan DLC, you go to that meteor with all the like crazy, like the people that have been all indoctrinated, and that I love the there's a lot of dialogue in there between your companions, and there's a lot like with all the companions you have, there's always dialogue between them. And so I love that because there's like so many little areas you go and explore and so many things I'd say. I really enjoyed that. And then all the people get like indoctrinated and they all realize they lost years and years of their life, which is kind of like
was it like 10 years? I think it was.
People, like, were there some missing persons list? Like, wouldn't people go out and try and find them or something?
I don't know. I found that a bit weird actually, because he knew that it was his. I think it was his daughter, wasn't it? His daughter was working on that place, but he hadn't suspected anything when she hadn't called him for 10 whole years. All that sort of stuff. It's like, okay, fair enough, you bad dad. Never mind.
I like that DLC. That's a really good DLC.
Yeah.
I think I've still got the list of DLC off if you want to go through the Mass Effect 3 DLC.
We did that, I think.
But just look at my purchases of...
Yeah.
We already went through all. Other than like the just the gun packs and stuff.
Yeah, the multiplayer gun packs you can get and stuff like that.
Leviathan adds the most. I think that's the best value, really.
Well,
because
to
it's
me,
10
to me,
missions.
the best DLC I've ever played has been the Citadel DLC. I've never played that good of DLC in a video game before. So. Connor, if you were going to buy one DLC for Mass Effect and actually have fun,
I wouldn't, but
I wouldn't, though.
buy the Citadel one. I really highly recommend it. I like how there's now 7 notifications on my Skype with apparently Connor sending pictures.
yeah.
You want to have a look through them all and we finish?
There's one picture I've been holding off sending, but
do it.
No, because he'll start laughing and then Jack
I want to see it.
feel unappreciated.
Okay, well, I think we should probably end because we've been going for like 2 hours now.
Yeah.
That was 10 minutes.
But yeah, so
we should get a chart for the longest podcast.
We haven't done a Game of Thrones one yet, which I think I want to do another. I want to do a special Game of Thrones.
Well, Darren just goes, "Oh, you shouldn't."
Yeah,
yes.
Garen's got me a smug prick there that sits there the whole time knowing what's happening. But
yeah,
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Is there anything else you guys want to mention about the Mass Effect saga? Obviously, we recommend it.
Play it.
Yeah, play it.
3 is shit.
Play all of them.
3 is shit.
You're shit.
Ignore Connor, ignore wherever he is, and play them.
Yeah. So
Cat, what is your opinion? Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Just those 3 meows alone make him a better guest than Pod.
Well, if it was actually Pod, it'd be Connor, you're an idiot. Mass Effect 3 is quite good.
Meow.
I suppose. Meow, meow, meow. Abracadabra.
That's all he'd say, and then just be quiet for a bit. Anyway, if you want to go, actually, this is the GGG podcast, even though it's all Mass Effect themed, we should probably talk about your guys' channels and the GGG channel. The GGG does stuff, go and watch it. It's other stuff, more podcasts. Info Bites was a gaming news show. There's Teamocraft, which is an esports StarCraft news show. We have a lot of news shows. We've got Minecraft Let's Plays, which may start uploading when this is uploaded. I don't know, depending how quickly I can edit and get footage to me. So there's Minecraft stuff. There's what else is there? There's more stuff. There's network news, which I do. There's something else which I've already forgotten. I don't know. We do too much stuff apparently. There's a GG tournament going on, which I think
this is why I get the video manager up, so I can just see what's being done.
So on your guys' channels, you're obviously on the both same channel. What's happening over there?
Just let me get the video manager up and we'll tell you.
James has got another Operation Genesis coming out on the 30th. It's got some more Super Mario, and I'm debating bringing out a Stealth Bastard video that I did for a test, and it's called I Was Probably Naked.
Okay,
just so you know.
This will be uploaded on the 6th next month, most likely. So, actually, maybe it'll probably be coming around then. So, I know there's on your guys' channel there's Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis, Mario stuff. So nothing you guys are in.
Yeah. There's the most recent one that all 3 of us was in was the Awesome Nauts 2v2 battle.
That was filmed in February.
Yeah, it was filmed almost last month. Almost last year even, sorry.
Yeah, came out in June, so it's worth a watch.
Oh.
It's got to be some good editing for that amount of time.
There really isn't. I'm sorry.
But watch out for Stealth Bastard Deluxe. I Was Probably Naked, which I'll re-record.
I will probably do some recording. Oh, I have actually done a bit. But that's secret.
Wow.
Even Connor doesn't know that what it is. So, yeah.
Is it a video of Ramos just going, okay?
No, that would be brilliant then.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think we're done.
On my channel, you can see, I think on my multiplayer channel, there's Star Trek Online, Game Dev Tycoon, and probably something else. And on my main channel, there's Dead Rising 2 with Rue. People are loving that. And there's also should be hopefully when this is uploaded, there may be some Paths of Sleeping Dogs and End War and whatever else. There may be another. Actually, I can't talk about that because it's a secret project. So there may be something else coming up involving another person, a cult thing. So. Yeah.
Not tournaments.
It's not a tournament, no. So, yeah, I think go and check out our channels. Recluse is mine's youtube.com/Jabatov, and these guys is youtube.com/reclusivegamers.
Yes, without an E. Remember that, otherwise you get taken as
with no E.
With no E.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the link to the channel will be down below, so you can go and check it out.
Scammers.
So yeah, go to the channel down below if you want to see them and just see a completely different person. Yeah. It's a good promotion there.
Oh.
Anyway, I guess we'll say goodbye. So you guys want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Don't play my Spectre.
Do it. Play it.
Do it. Play all of them. I don't know if you've watched the whole thing. I don't know. You've either watched it. We've probably completely spoiled it for you. If you've watched it.
You are a saint. You are a saint. And the keyword is pajamas. So put that in the comments so we can tell that you've watched it all.
Oh dear me. Just gonna have like one person write pajamas, and that'll be you, Connor.
Until next time, Jabatov out.